The C-130 has been a lifesaver during its 6-decade history. It's been a death bringer, too. With a squat stance, bulbous nose, 4 big turboprop engines, and massive fuselage, the C-130 cruises at a relatively modest 290 to 320 knots. Lockheed dubbed it Hercules after the mythological hero known for his strength and courage. The name fits the company's tradition of naming aircraft after celestial constellations, along with the P-2V Neptune and P-3 Orion. Compared to high-profile jet fighters like the F-22 Raptor or F-35 Lightning II, the Hercules looks like a bloated throwback. But what it lacks in sleekness it more than makes up for in heart. Like the A-10 Warthog, it's the Hercules' awesome capability that makes it a total badass. Simply put, the C-130 is a do-anything aircraft and its service record shows it. Lockheed says the C-130 has flown at least 100 different missions in its 63-year-old life, including its most recent return to the military limelight. On April 13th, an MiG-130 dropped the largest conventional bomb ever used in combat, the GBU-43B Massive Ordnance Air Blast, MOAB, or Mother of All Bombs tunnel complex in Afghanistan's Nangarhar province. The MiG-130's crew released it from the rear cargo ramp using a drag chute, a procedure that dates back to before the Korean War. Indeed, that conflict is where the C-130 was born. During that war, the Air Force recognized it had no airplane capable of airlifting combat troops over medium distances to short, austere airfields. In 1951, Boeing, Douglas, and Fairchild presented alternative proposals, but ultimately the USAF chose Lockheed's design. Willis Hawkins, who would go on to design the Corona satellite, Polaris missile, and M1 Abrams tank, created the winning design and described the C-130 in a mere 110-page document. Compared to Lockheed's 2,500-page F-35 proposal, the C-130 write-up is a breezy read. According to Lockheed Martin historian Jeff Rhodes, Hawkins' design team took the M551 Sheridan tank, the largest piece of equipment the Army needed to airlift, and drew a circle around it and that set the diameter of the fuselage. As for the fuselage's 40-foot length, its inspiration came from somewhere else entirely. The basic C-130, aft of the cockpit and before the ramp, is the length of a railroad boxcar, Rhodes says. The YC-130 made its first flight on August 23, 1954, at Lockheed's Burbank, California plant, with 4 Allison T-56 ALA turboprop engines, delivering 3,750 horsepower each and driving 3-bladed Curtiss-Wright electric reversible propellers. The YC-130 took off in only 800 feet. Production of the C-130A began at Lockheed's plant in Marietta, Georgia. Soon thereafter, the Herc has been rolling off the assembly line ever since. The Hercules has the longest continuous military aircraft production run in history, and one of the top 3 longest continuous aircraft production lines of any type. A remarkable 70 countries operate C-130s, which have been produced in more than 70 different variants. The C-130 is whatever is needed, Rhodes observes. It's an ambulance, it's a gunship, it drops paratroopers, it carries cargo, it's a TV broadcast system, it's launched drones, and caught satellites. You name it, the Hercules has done it at some point in its career. The Herc has served with the U.S. Air Force, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, NASA, and foreign militaries and commercial operators as the L-100 all over the world. It's been an aerial refueler, forward air controller, hurricane hunter, fire tanker, Antarctic resupply aircraft, search and rescue platform, and on and on and on.